Education lockdown. So yesterday in North Carolina was at least the 15th school shooting of 2021 and at least the 4th student killed while at school. The shooting occurred yesterday, September 1st at Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and the shooter, which was a classmate of the victim, was apprehended around 6 p.m. Education lockdown will be covering a lot of school shootings, but have you ever asked yourself, when did all this bloodshed at our schools start? The first time students were ever killed in school, at least on record, happened on July 26, 1764, in the province of Pennsylvania, in the area now known as Franklin County, more specifically Greencastle, Pennsylvania. The bloodshed happened at a log schoolhouse just like this one. These were used by European settlers back then. See, back in 1764, in this area of Pennsylvania, there was a battle going on between different groups of Native Americans that got together to try to pretty much expel the British from that area. This battle occurred right after the French and Indian War. So what happened? Well, on July 26th, Enoch Brown was in his log schoolhouse teaching a classroom full of kids. That's the only picture I could find of Enoch. That's when 4 Delaware Lenape Native Americans appeared out of nowhere and entered the classroom. When old Enoch Brown saw the 4 Native Americans come into the classroom, he knew what time it was. He immediately tried to plead with them to spare the lives of the children. Unfortunately, that didn't work. While 2 Native Americans guarded the front door, Enoch Brown and 10 out of his 11 students were brutally beaten to death with a weapon just like this in Indian Mall. Then they were brutally scalped, but one student got away. That student's name was Archie McCullough. He was scalped, but Indians didn't realize that he wasn't dead, and he was hiding in a fireplace pretty much until he was able to escape. They even wrote a book about him. Immediately following the massacre, many older Native Americans in the tribe were very, very displeased at the fact that so many kids had died, or that any kids had died at all. And honestly, the reason behind the attack, as well as the consequences of the attack, aren't exactly clear. We do know that during that time, then Pennsylvania Governor John Penn had a $134 bounty or reward for any scalp of any quote-unquote enemy Native American. And back in 1764, in that area, $138 would have been roughly $3,800 as of 2018. As long as they were over 10 years old, and any women brought in was about $50 back then. In conclusion, although we can't be certain that this was in fact the very first case of bloodshed at a school on American soil, we do know that in fact 1764 was the first year on record that bloodshed occurred while at school. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, follow. Education lockdown.